How to find a job in Canada? We're going to cover this. First of all, we begin by how to find a job in Canada outside of Canada. This is the first part of our series, and it will be 2 series. You will see the link above here or right at the end of the video. Okay, first of all, there are 3 main ways to find a job in Canada. Number 1, you can use the government website of Canada. Therein you can find some support on how to find specific companies. Those will be the larger companies, the companies who support you with work visas. Also, you will find support on work visas. The government website of Canada will be only in English and French. Also, the links will change, so you have to look them up yourselves. And the programs and different types of visas, they change all the time. So have a look. Number 2, and this is we are using agencies. There are different agencies to find jobs in Canada. You can contact them usually just by finding them on Google somewhere here in Canada. And here's a really important advice. Before you really contact them, first find out more about them. Find out if they are trustworthy, if they are good. How? Easy. When you find them, especially let's say on Google, you can right away see reviews or just click on reviews. And you can see all the reviews, read all of them, make sure. And not just the 5-star. Some of them have maybe 2 or 3, no more reviews, and all have 5 out of 5 stars. So guess what? You cannot believe them. Because it's just from them, their family or friends. And if they have no review at all, I would not use the agencies because they just don't know what they're doing maybe. You can try, but I advise you against it. Always use someone who's reputable. The thing is, my father, he used an agency when we came to Canada, and they got him a workplace, a work visa. However, once we came actually into Canada and we tried to contact the employer, he said, well, I don't need anyone anymore. The good thing is we had already our work visa, my family, we were already here, so everything could move on, we could find another job. However, the problem was now we had a home, we had bills to pay, and my dad had no job. So we had to make all the payments monthly and no job. This is why it's so important to find a right agency and make sure you read through everything. Number 3, you can contact the companies directly or find them directly. How? Easy. Use Google. I love this example because you can Google most things. It's so easy. You don't have to use Google, you can use all the other ones. I'm just telling you can use Google. And look at the different industries or companies. And you can then just type in company, and let's say you're looking for plumbing company in Canada. But Canada is too big, right? So Canada company, Saskatchewan, my province, and city of Saskatoon, where I am. So then Google finds you all those places, and you can look even on the map, the different spots, and then just click on the companies. Again, what you can do is then look at the companies and look at their reviews. What the people are saying about the companies. And is it a good reputation? Is it a bad reputation? And then you can also see with the contact information. Some of them have direct contact information like email. I would always recommend using email. Do not call an agency or a company directly because it could be a huge waste of money. Here's why. You're calling them excited, you want to find a job, and maybe your English isn't perfect, or it is even perfect, does not matter. You talk with them back and forth, and then suddenly they understand, okay, you're looking for this and this job, and after an hour of a phone call or 2, they tell you no, or oh sorry, no, we are looking for someone else, or with different certificates because they have to get you in, so you need to have work visas and everything, so they're not against it. But now you have to pay for 1 or 2 hour call from your country, and depending on where you're from, it could be like $50 Sunday just for one phone call. Happened to my dad, so be careful about it. Don't contact them directly, just send email. Another advice, you can actually use just Facebook and other groups, not just Google. And then you see the company, they will often have also contact information. And then again, they will have a phone number, don't use it. They have email. You can sometimes really, like a small company, you can actually contact them through Facebook and just say hello and then ask them for the contact information and then send them an email. So much easier. Number 4, websites. Websites such as LinkedIn, Monster, Kijiji, which is local here, or Sask Jobs, again local here. You can use them because they have a huge area that covers so many different jobs, and you can just go in through them and using them. And some of them, they might have it in English and French, or maybe even if it's a bigger one, maybe you have another language as well, maybe your language that you are using. Those ones are good, and they're good for your initial search because you can get the job, you can find it, then you can Google the company and find out more about this specific company, how they are they good, do they have a good reputation, do they pay well, and such. So this is like a good area maybe to get even started. And the good thing is, most of them are for free. If there's one you need to pay money, do not use them. You don't need it. Just use the free ones, they're absolutely okay. Don't waste your money. Bonus information for you. Here's the thing. Your first job in Canada, especially if you are not from an English-speaking country, so if you're not from England or Australia or America, especially if you're not from America, you might end up in a job that is not the best. My father's job, the first ones were okay, were good. He ended up later in a good company that supported him and was really nice to him, that acknowledged all his wisdom. But he could have found better. He was too old. And this might happen to you as well. So the first job that you often get here in Canada might be a low-paying job. Don't be discouraged, it's okay. Maybe your first year you have a job that doesn't pay really well and you don't have much benefits and everything. Just remember, it's maybe 1 year. After 1 year, especially if you're on a work visa, you can just reapply for the job. Get your permanent resident card as soon as possible, because if you have the permanent resident card, you don't need to worry about working visas anymore and can just right away go ahead in a different company. And bonus material for you guys here. Really important is Canada's a bit different than many other countries. So here, for example, one of the best areas to work is, what I mentioned before in all the videos, is government, but also unions. If you work for a union, here in my place, we have unions as well. If you can get to the government or unions, your job is almost secure. Like you will never get fired, or like you will just sent to another department, such you will always have work. The wage is higher, the benefits are higher, everything is better. But to get in is very difficult. Sometimes you need to know someone, you need to be the right age, maybe the language and everything. My father couldn't unfortunately get in. He didn't get a job in the government nor in the union. If you can, it's worth it. And when you are here, one advice is just if you are not told, apply again and again and again, every year or even sooner, maybe half a year or every 3 months. I actually know a Vietnamese guy, he applied to a company every month. After 2 years, he got in. It is a very good company, pays very, very well, and people were laughing about him. But he just continued. Every month he kept on applying and he got the job. And now he makes good amount of money. As a conclusion, you can see the different ways to find jobs here in Canada. I would advise you first, maybe if you have the time, get knowledgeable on yourself and just find different companies and websites and such. You can find big companies that might help you with the working visa. If you do have some money to spare, you can go through a good agency and that will save you so much money. They will help you with the working visa, how to get in here, how to get set up and everything. It'll be so much faster and you can concentrate just on working, finding a good home and everything. Do the research, because before you're finding a job here in Canada, of course, you are thinking of where to move, where should I live. And this is something you really, really should take care of, because Canada is huge. It's not such a small country like Germany, but even in Germany you would be looking, well, where do I want to live? Where is the best place for me and my family? So do this first before you decide where to work. Maybe get some help and watch some maybe YouTube videos or others and ask people about their opinion, where to work, what job to find. I do hope this was again very helpful to you, and I see you on the next one. Remember, this is part 1 of 2. Second part will be right after this one. See you again.